That's crazy.
Hello, humans at Redwood. This is the Everything Entertainment Podcast brought to you by the Redwood Gigantea. I am your host, Laysha Vargas.
I'm your co-host, Aiden Lupian.
And today we are here with Redwood's leads, the mean girls themselves. Can you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves?
Hey, my name is Elle Pinheiro. I'll be playing Karen in the musical.
My name is Audrey Roper, and I am Regina.
I'm Abigail Ray, and I play Gretchen.
What is your guys' graduating years?
Mine is 2026.
I graduate this year, 2024.
I am also 2026.
Okay, great. Let's get with the questions. So how long have you guys been doing theater for?
Me, I've been doing theater since second grade. So,
wow.
Okay.
yeah, for many, many years.
I want to say I started doing theater in 7th grade, I believe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in 7th grade, but I did between my 7th and 8th grade years, I did 4 shows from around Valley.
What middle school were you in?
I went to what's it called? St. Paul's, actually. The private one.
Cute.
I've been doing musicals since I was in the 4th grade.
Slay.
Okay, so long periods.
Long
being in
periods of
musicals.
time, yeah.
Just theater in general too. So that's pretty long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, plays and stuff, not necessarily musicals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
How did you guys feel when you guys first auditioned for your guys' part? How did you guys feel after auditioning?
So nervous.
I felt so nervous. I remember after coming back from callbacks, the way I specifically played Karen, I remember I went back and I was like, dang, I did something totally different than everyone else did. I was like, that was such a bad choice. That was such a bad choice. I shouldn't have done that. I should have done something different. I should have done more how everyone else is playing it. And then it turned out pretty good. So that's okay. I feel like that's okay.
I never really considered myself for Gretchen. I kind of didn't really see her as someone that I would be good at playing. I kind of saw myself more as a Karen or even Katie, but after callbacks, I was like, man, I did a lot better at Gretchen's material than I did at everyone else's. That was just a little bit of a surprising thing, and then here we are.
The funny thing about my audition was, after my audition, I was panicking, right? Because I know I'm a senior, and when you're a senior, it's more likely for you to get roles, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But I got only one callback. I got a callback for Regina only, and I was like, okay, so that either means I did really good and they want me to be Regina, or I did really bad and they pity callback. But after callbacks, I felt really nervous because I had both of my sisters there too, and we were all just losing our minds on the car ride home.
They're all so great too. They're all amazing.
Yeah.
All right, so more for the characters you play. How different or similar would you say the character you play? How different or similar are they to you as a person?
Okay. My character, I feel is complete opposite of me. My character is very ditzy, very, I feel she doesn't have a great sense of awareness.
No.
She's just stupid.
Yeah, she's just pretty much just stupid. And I mean, I wouldn't say I'm the most intelligent person, but I feel I'm not.
Yes,
definitely not. Definitely not ditzy. Definitely not. I feel I have a pretty good sense of awareness. It's totally opposite, I think, for my character.
It's so funny when Elle snaps into character because you can tell when she has thoughts behind her eyes and then no thoughts behind her eyes.
She's so good at getting into. It's so funny.
Yeah.
She's hilarious.
With me, I kind of laugh about it because I feel I would never do any of the things that Regina would do, but some of the things she says, I'm those are kind of my internal dialogue.
Yeah.
If I really had no inhibitions and wanted to just be mean, I would probably say similar things.
If you wanted everyone to hate you.
Yeah, if I wanted to be hated, I would just say them out loud, I guess.
I actually relate a lot to Gretchen. She has this trouble finding where she belongs, and she follows Regina because it gives her a sense of purpose. And whenever Regina doesn't approve of something she does, she feels there's something wrong with her. And I've always struggled with identity in my life, so I'm able to relate to her a lot in that sense of her life. And so I feel a lot for Gretchen. There's a lot in here for Gretchen.
Yeah.
All right, and then can you explain the relationship or kind of friendship between you three?
There is none.
Wait, guys,
Wow.
did we not all do something a show together way back.
Okay.
when? Like, were we not all in like
Were
Aladdin?
you guys in Bye Bye Birdie and
We-
Aladdin?
yeah, we were. I was
Yes.
in Aladdin. Yeah, with
Okay,
Tico.
yeah.
So I was thinking about this before we were on the podcast. So, we were all in the same theater company growing up. Like, we all
Yeah.
just kind of started at different points in our life. So I'm sure there was there was definitely a show where we were all in it together. We just kind of didn't know
we
it.
were all in the kids cast at some point. Like, I
Yeah.
bet you anything. And I feel like we were in separate groups. I don't think I, like, remember.
I was definitely in the weird group.
Oh.
I was a super weird kid.
So I think there was definitely that's how I know you guys.
Yeah.
But just reconnecting through Redwood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was more like now, like this musical where you guys like got close and
Yeah,
Yeah,
kind of
for
got
sure.
to know each other.
Opportunity that the characters, because we interact a lot in the show, and so we just gotten to know each other a lot by just kind of hanging around each other.
Yeah.
I got to know Elle through chamber choir that we're in together, and then Abby's in Ranger with us, and she like sits right behind me.
Yeah.
And so then after like the cast list came out, we just like started
We
like
fangirled.
talking. Yeah,
we
were
fangirled
talking.
so hard. We were like, oh my gosh,
Yeah, it
this
was
is so
fun.
crazy.
How do you think your guys' like new, like, since you guys are now trying to bond like outside, like even this, I could even say this is a bonding experience. How do you guys think you guys' new bonding outside of class, outside of just like the drama room, how do you think that is helping you guys perform like in character?
I feel like for me, there's a lot of times when I'm just rude to them. Like, I'm absolutely awful to them. And I feel like us getting to know each other and, like, knowing us better, like, I can say the things that Regina says and, like, they don't get, like, offended by it because they know who I actually am. At least that's what I hope happens. But I
No,
feel
we all
like,
just think you're a jerk.
Oh, okay.
I think it's definitely brought us like closer to each other outside of the musical.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
even in like the Ranger class we all have together,
Yeah.
like, just like talking more and just I don't know. I think it just brought us closer, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it helps a lot with our communication between our characters
Yeah.
because we have to we work a lot alone on our characters. We come up with like their own little dances and like just the way that they
Like,
interact with
personality
each other.
quirks
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
stuff.
And I feel like knowing each other in person makes it a lot easier to talk about those kinds of things and just like communicate so then you can make the show better through your characters.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of things that we have to like talk about
Oh, yeah.
off stage, like certain interactions, so that we make sure we have like this cohesive relationship on stage. So I feel like definitely just doing that, even just like I got to know you guys so
like,
much better.
Oh,
because
yeah.
of that.
Understanding the mannerisms of how you are and how your character are is very different.
Oh, yeah.
So navigating that.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear. What is your guys' favorite part of rehearsal?
Oh my goodness. Mine is dancing. Like,
Yeah.
I usually am not a huge dancer, but in the past shows I've been in, I've been cast as dancer roles, kind of. And I've kind of found this, like, I used to do dance way back when I was a little girl, and so just like rekindling my love for dancing, and I just love the dance moves in this show. Like, Adrienne did such a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my favorite part about this is getting to let all my inhibitions go and just act like I never would before. Like I get to like strut around, and like normally I just kind of only like walk around campus, but like I like strut and I like glare at people. So that's kind of fun for me to like kind of release all of my rage at rehearsal a little bit.
Mine's definitely dancing. I like dancing the most.
All right, so this is kind of like a special question, I guess, for the senior here. How do you feel about this being your last musical?
So I actually had the opportunity to graduate early, and I thought so long and hard about taking it because my senioritis, guys, is crazy. So I really considered it for a good while until I realized, no, I gotta do the musical. Like, I gotta do the musical. And then when they announced it was Mean Girls, I was like, okay, so I gotta do the musical. And I feel like it's kind of come like around, like full circle moment for me, because like starting off like in the kids cast and now being like a senior, it's literally insane. I can't even describe it to you. Like, I don't know. It's surreal. It definitely doesn't feel real, and time kind of moved a lot quicker than I thought it would. And I know that's like super corny to like say like, oh my gosh, high school goes by so fast, but it really does. Like, I don't think I realized it until like this year.
That was a good answer. That was like, we can tell that you guys love what you do. It's very good. And then, is there a thing in the musical, like an inside joke, or
maybe do you guys have an inside
We
joke
can't say that word.
among yourselves?
Oh my
We
gosh.
can't
Or
say
just
that word.
anything in general?
Get it?
Karen moment.
Karen moment.
I'll tell
Weren't
you-
you
I'll
the
tell
one
you
who came
after.
up with it?
Yeah, she was. I'll tell you about it.
I guess there is. I don't know. I guess there is.
I'll explain it to you.
Okay.
There is,
after.
but it's kind of a naughty word. So.
You can't say it.
I can't say
So I
it.
guess.
How we're supposed to act. Remember?
Pink highlighter.
This is
Oh my
very
God.
much.
Oh
This
my
is
God,
very much a
yes.
Karen moment.
Yes, I did come up with this word, but I just can't. But there is. It's just like
Yes.
it's just a certain way we decide to channel our
Inner plastic.
our spirit.
Helps us get into character by calling
It does
us.
actually.
Yeah,
it does.
we're like,
okay,
okay,
wait.
okay.
Okay, yes, it does. I forgot about this. Yeah.
Yes.
How do you guys feel about moving into the LJ soon?
Oh, I'm so excited.
Terrified?
So
Are you
excited.
Okay.
No one else terrified?
No, I'm scared, but the theater is like genuinely my favorite part because I don't know, like even like the smell of it, like it's different. Everything is different,
Yeah.
and like what you see is different, and like the size of the stage compared to this drama room size is completely different. It throws you off. Like the first day in the theater, like it's a wreck.
LJ is like a second home to theater kids who grew up in
low-key,
this
yeah.
area, and so every time we think, oh, we're moving to LJ, it's like we're going home.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
It's
I love that theater so much.
I do too. It's kind of like I like it a lot, but it is. I don't. To me, it's just more. It's intimidating. It's like okay, once you
Yeah.
get in a theater, a lot of things have to be reworked.
You have to be like on like
Yeah, you have to be on
on
your
it.
A game every day. You know, you just like it's practicing for like the real thing, and then there's
Ru-
like that moment
yeah.
of realization, like oh, this is like
we don't
almost
have
the
that
real
much
thing.
time left.
Or like
Yeah.
running around, like the costumes, like remembering where
Gosh,
where
quick
your
changes.
quick changes are, and remembering like what shoes you're supposed to wear, and not making noise when you're backstage, and like there's a whole bunch of like etiquette that you're supposed to follow, and
and
it's,
not
like,
touching the site.
yeah, it's like a lot. It's a lot. So
You guys think you guys are prepared or like getting ready because it's within a few weeks. So
Next week.
Oh gosh,
Next
that's so
week?
scary.
isn't it in 3 weeks?
next week
I thought it was
we're
2
going into LJ.
Oh,
No, it's in 2 weeks, right?
Well,
Yeah.
the actual performance is in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
but then
yeah.
We're going to
Gosh,
LJ
that's so
next week.
scary.
So
Oh
you guys
gosh.
prepared?
Yeah.
I think we will be when we move into the
You
theater.
know,
and
like I feel
We're
like this is a
ready.
huge flex. We went through Act 1 yesterday for the first time all the way through, and we only had to call line once.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did pretty good
Yeah, we
yesterday.
killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like normally like run-throughs are choppy and
Awful.
really difficult,
Scary.
this is our
but this one
first
kind of
one.
flowed a little bit.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we'll see how the second act goes tonight, but the first act was fine.
Yeah. Actually.
I'm kind of scared for the second act, but you know,
You know.
I think we'll kill it. I think we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Do you guys have anything else you guys would want to add?
I don't know.
If you're a younger classman or even like a junior and you're thinking about doing the musical, do it, because I have so many people, so many senior friends who regret not joining. So if you even have like the slightest notion in your mind, like, oh, maybe I should join, literally do it. It's really low pressure. Like everybody says, like auditioning is super scary. Nobody actually cares. Like genuinely,
That's actually true.
like that sounds mean,
That's
but like
so true.
nobody cares. Nobody like cares how you act, like how you dance, how you sing.
Nobody's gonna be going, oh my god, did you see her audition?
Yeah.
No one's gonna be doing that.
Yeah. It's a judgment-free zone. Galvan, Adrian, they're so nice. Carrillo, Board, they're all there, but they are supportive of what you do. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a very supportive community in Redwood Theater. We all uplift each other and we all make sure that we're taken care of, and so it's a really
Definitely.
nice community.
Mr. Miller, do you have anything?
Yes.
There you go.
Question.
Mr. Miller, long-time listener, first-time caller. Every show has something that happens behind the scenes that becomes the thing. Has this show had it yet?
I don't think so.
Like, are you
Like
talking
an
about
inside joke, or
Like-
like
or like
a phrase, or like,
oh
remember that one time?
Yeah.
You know,
I feel like
maybe it hasn't happened yet.
most of those moments, for me at least, happen in the theater. There's moments,
Oh yeah.
like funny mess-ups on stage that we take with us like for the rest of it. Like there's nothing that I can really think of, like really huge mess-ups that are just like so funny we all remember them.
Yeah, no, everyone's been like super on it
On it,
during
yeah.
this show.
yeah
so
Oh.
actually.
Okay. Never mind.
No.
I don't
go
want
ahead.
to like spoil anything, but the one scene that we all like go crazy for is whose house is this?
Oh,
I'm not
gosh,
gonna
I
tell you.
love
I'm
that
not gonna tell you what
number.
it is, but we go crazy for that.
Absolutely crazy.
So-
Feral
yeah.
even. No, I love that number.
It's lit. It's
Yeah.
I get to
It's
do
lit.
I get to do some really funny stuff in that
Yeah.
number, and it's like my favorite because like it's so like out there and
For
oh my
real.
God, it's so
I'm
so
not
funny.
I'm not on stage for it, but
Oh,
you
that
best believe I'm
sucks.
screaming off stage. You
She's
best
like
believe
boogieing.
it.
She's breaking it down off stage.
When I came to take pictures, you guys were working on the scene where you're standing alone singing.
Me?
How does, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How does that how does that feel? Like, it's one thing to be part of a cast. It's different to be like soloing.
Yeah.
Is this the first time you've gotten to do that, or?
Yes, actually, this is my first time I've had more than like a solo line in a musical, and it's exciting. It's scary, but it's exciting. And I think about this almost every day, like being in choir. Choir is such a group effort, and you sing with other people, obviously. And then it's like, oh, well, then tonight I get to go and I get to sing by myself, and it's exciting. And I think it's like, for me, it's just been this thing of like exploring what I can do, not only in a group, but like by myself, like the risk I can take with my voice, and like how I can, I don't know, just like exploring a whole new part of theater that I haven't really been able to experience before. So it's pretty cool.
Do you feel vulnerable, or do you feel confident?
Definitely not as confident. I don't know.
Maybe the word is yet.
Yet. I'm probably not as confident yet. I don't feel off. Not as confident yet. I'll just say that.
Like, you don't have the imposter syndrome. Like, I can't believe they're letting me do this.
Oh, no, not really. Just
I
super-
do all the time. I always feel like, what about me is so special that I deserve this role, and
It's true.
all these amazing people in the ensemble don't. That's always my issue.
I feel like I'm a mix of the two, because some scenes I'm like, oh yeah, I ate that up, and then other times I'm like, that was so bad, I never want to do that ever again. So like, you know,
every
it's just-
time I fumble a line or something, or I forget something and I blank for like 2 seconds, I'm always like, oh gosh, someone probably could be doing this better than I have. But
Yeah.
I just have to
Don't
tell
worry,
myself.
I've been teaching for 28 years, and I have that feeling on the daily. Like, I can't believe they let me do this.
Yeah.
If they only knew.
It's definitely a huge like weight of responsibility, because
Oh,
you
yeah.
kind of have to be a leader when you're a lead. Obviously that's the point of being a lead, but it's just it's really scary because you kind of doubt yourself and your leadership skills. Like, what if I do something wrong and then I am hated for the rest of the entire year because I messed up as a lead?
You know, see, the thing that I think is most important is realizing, like, leads are, like, sometimes glorified by younger cast members. I know, like, when I was, like, a freshman, the seniors were, like, everything to me. But now, like, being a senior, I'm like, I am really nothing to look up to, you know? Like I just feel like seeing the humanity behind the person is very different than who they actually are on stage, and I feel like there's a bit of a discrepancy there.
I always grew up being that little kid who looked up to those seniors who were like, but they were always the kind of seniors that would brush off the younger people, be like,
Yeah.
I'm the star of the show, I'm not going to talk to
More
anyone
arrogant.
else.
There
Yeah.
are.
And so I
Those
make it
exist.
I
Those
make it
not here,
like
but
part of
not here.
myself to like go up to the younger cast and talk with them and be friendly, and not be that person that just pushes them away and be like, oh, I don't need to talk to you because I'm a lead. Like, I always try to interact with the rest of the cast as much as I can, because I know how it feels to be like disregarded because you're not a lead.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a horrible experience for anyone who's also, like, obviously new to theater.
Yeah.
If it's your first time and you're being brushed off by the people who are better
Leading.
leading,
Yeah.
like, we're not better than anyone.
Yeah,
We're
trust.
No.
like we
Trust.
need the ensemble to back us up at some points. Like, the ensemble is just as important as
For sure.
the leading. So
Yeah. The cast is very like. It doesn't feel like there's people better than others.
Yeah.
And I think that's cool. And it was very scary for me because this is my first musical.
yeah.
That's
So-
so awesome.
I
Yeah.
can't even tell. Like, you're killing it.
So it's very scary, but like it's chill.
We're a family.
Yeah.
There's so many roles.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
so many lines.
I feel like this year especially, I've experienced like I don't think I've experienced that once in this music, like this feeling of, not even because like I'm considered a lead, but just like at all. Like I feel like I haven't even noticed it.
like exclusion.
Yeah, exclusion or anything. Like
Oh, yeah.
I feel
Everyone's super close, and I feel like that's super like cool for this cast. And I like I'm just like, I'm so happy for this group of people that we're more of like a family than a government.
Yeah. That's funny coming from 3 women in the play who are designed to be what you say doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
You guys are
so
the
crazy.
top
Yeah, your characters
of the food
are
chain.
Yeah.
what you dislike.
It's like
Yeah.
the apex predator, like all that kind of stuff.
Well, thankfully, you have not picked up any techniques.
Oh,
to using your
You know what's so funny? My dad's like, "Are you method acting?" Whenever I like yell at my mom or something.
Yelling.
Like whenever I like
Yelling at
like
your mom.
not like actually,
No,
like you know, like disrespect or like
or just teenage
like
girl.
teenage
Yeah,
girling
yeah.
with like my
Yeah.
siblings and my mom and like stuff. My dad's like, "Audrey, stop method acting," and it's really funny. It's like a joke in my house now.
I know, yeah.
Miss.
That's
Oh.
the most loveliest bill ever.
Ever, wow.
These people are very talkative. No, it's a good thing.
I remember Mr. Gakoda coming into one of our not choir, but like vocal practices
Oh,
once.
yeah.
And he was like, because obviously my dad's Mr. Ray, and so a lot of the music directors are super close with each other, and so he knows who I am. And he points at me and he goes, "I bet you're not even acting." And I was like,
Whoa there, buddy.
It's funny because when you play a mean girl, you obviously have to learn how to play a mean girl because we're not mean girls.
Yeah.
And so it's just it's a learning experience for sure.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us. Like
Yeah.
it was nice talking to you
Anytime.
guys.
Thank you.
We're excited to see the musical play out.
Yeah.
You guys should go check out the musical.
Come
when it comes
watch.
out.
Please.
But yeah, with that being said, I am your host, Laysha Vargas,
I'm your co-host, Aiden Lupian.
and that was the Everything Entertainment Podcast. Thank you for watching.